Have you ever returned from a breathtaking trip, only to find your photos don't quite capture the magic you felt? You're not alone. It's a common frustration. But what if there was a way to guarantee you come home with images that truly do justice to your memories? Well, there is. Consider this. A staggering 73% of travelers report that taking a guided photo tour dramatically improved their photography. But why are they so effective? It's not just about being shown where to point your camera. It's about unlocking a deeper way of seeing. These tours are led by local experts who live and breathe their city's light and shadows. They know the secret alleyways that catch the morning sun just right, the hidden courtyards that tourists walk right past, and the exact minute the city lights begin to sparkle. This is insider knowledge you simply can't find in a guidebook. Then there's the power of instant feedback. Imagine you're struggling with a tricky lighting situation. Instead of guessing and hoping for the best, you have a professional right there, suggesting a quick change to your aperture or ISO. They can help you refine your composition on the spot, turning a good shot into a great one. It's like having a private tutor, accelerating your learning curve in a matter of hours. And finally, it's all about the perfect light. Professional photographers are obsessed with light, and for good reason. A photo tour is meticulously planned around the sun. You'll be at the right place at the right time, whether it's for the soft, warm glow of the golden hour or the deep, moody blues of the blue hour. They do the planning so you can focus on creating. So, if you're ready to elevate your travel photography, let's explore some of the most incredible photo tours Europe has to offer. Here are the tours that deliver every single time. We begin in a land of fire and ice, a landscape photographer's ultimate dream. Iceland. This is a place of raw, elemental beauty. The photo opportunities here are otherworldly. Imagine standing before a colossal glacier, its ancient blue ice cracking and groaning. A guide will not only take you to the safest vantage points, but also teach you how to use a polarizing filter to cut through the glare and reveal the deep, intense blues hidden within the ice. You'll learn to use leading lines in the glacial rivers to draw the viewer's eye into the heart of the frozen expanse. From the brilliant whites of the glaciers, we move to the dramatic contrast of Iceland's famous black sand beaches. At places like Reynisfjara, you'll learn the art of long exposure. Your guide will show you how to set your camera on a sturdy tripod, attach a neutral density filter, and slow your shutter speed down to a few seconds. This technique transforms the crashing waves into a soft, misty blanket, creating a surreal and ethereal mood that contrasts beautifully with the sharp, dark volcanic sand and towering basalt columns. But the true crown jewel of an Icelandic photo tour is the Northern Lights. Chasing the aurora is both a science and an art. A dedicated workshop will teach you everything you need to know. You'll learn how to manually focus on the stars, set your aperture wide open, say f2.8, and dial in a high ISO, maybe around 3200. Your guide will help you determine the right shutter speed, typically between 10 and 20 seconds, to capture the lights without them becoming a blurry mess. They'll lead you to dark sky locations, far from city light pollution, to witness and photograph one of nature's most spectacular displays. Next, we trade the cool tones of the north for the warm heart of Italy. Welcome to Tuscany, a region that seems to be permanently bathed in golden hour light. This is the place for idyllic village shots and rolling landscapes. A photo tour here is a lesson in capturing warmth and romance. You'll wander through medieval hilltop towns, learning to frame charming doorways and rustic textures. Your guide will encourage you to look for S-curves in the winding roads and use the iconic cypress trees as vertical elements to add structure to your landscape compositions. And what's a trip to Tuscany without wine? Many tours here cleverly combine photography with the region's culinary delights. Imagine this. You spend the late afternoon shooting in a beautiful vineyard, learning how to use backlighting to make the grapes glow. Then, as the sun sets, you sit down for a wine tasting, reviewing your shots with your guide and fellow photographers. These are the moments where you get wine-fueled composition tips, discussing everything from the rule of thirds to the golden ratio, all while savouring the local flavour. It's an experience that engages all the senses. From the rolling hills of Tuscany, we head to the vibrant coastal capital of Portugal. Get ready to fill your frames with colour as we explore Lisbon. This city is a playground for street photographers. Its 7 hills offer countless viewpoints. Its narrow streets are a kaleidoscope of painted houses, and the iconic yellow trams provide a perfect moving subject. A walking tour here is ideal, especially for those with lighter, mirrorless camera setups. You'll learn to anticipate the tram's path to capture it against a compelling background, and how to use the city's steep inclines to create dynamic, layered compositions. One of Lisbon's most unique photographic assets is its tile work, the famous azulejos. They are everywhere, on buildings, in train stations, and even on benches. A photo tour will teach you to see beyond the big picture and focus on these intricate details. You'll hunt for compelling tile patterns, learning to shoot them straight on to emphasize their geometric beauty, or use a shallow depth of field to isolate one tile against a blurred background. It's a fantastic exercise in finding beauty in the small details that define a city's character. If you're drawn to more modern, edgy aesthetics, our next stop is for you. For a masterclass in urban grit and storytelling, Berlin is unparalleled. The city's history is etched into its streets, from the remnants of the wall to its thriving alternative art scene. A street photography tour here is less about pretty pictures and more about capturing moments with meaning. You'll learn the crucial skill of timing, how to anticipate a gesture, a glance, or an interaction, and press the shutter at the decisive moment. Your guide will teach you about zone focusing, a technique that allows you to react instantly without fumbling with your autofocus. Beyond timing, you'll dive deep into storytelling. How can a single frame suggest a larger narrative? You'll learn to look for juxtapositions, old and new, chaos and calm, and to compose your shots to tell a story. But street photography also comes with responsibilities. A key part of any Berlin tour is learning the local legal and ethical guidelines. Your guide will explain the privacy laws in Germany, teaching you how to shoot respectfully and confidently, ensuring you can capture the soul of the city without crossing any lines. Ready for a touch of myth and majesty? Let's journey to the Scottish Highlands. If you've ever dreamed of fairytale castles, misty lochs, and epic, moody landscapes, this is your place. A photo tour in Scotland is about capturing drama. You'll drive through breathtaking glens, stopping to photograph ancient castle ruins against stormy skies. But these tours often offer a unique twist. They combine landscape photography with portrait coaching. You'll learn how to place a subject within the vast landscape to give it a sense of scale and a human element. Your guide will teach you how to use the soft, diffused light of an overcast Scottish day to create flattering and evocative portraits, turning a simple travel snap into a work of art. Short on time, but still want to capture a city's essence? A one-day intensive tour in Prague is the perfect solution. The city of 100 spires is incredibly photogenic and compact. A well-designed tour can pack in a huge amount of learning and shooting into a single, epic afternoon and evening. You'll start by capturing the iconic skyline from Letnar Park, or one of the Vltava's bridges, learning to compose the shot to include the castle, the cathedral, and the layers of red rooftops. As daylight fades, the real magic begins. Your guide will help you set up for night exposures, teaching you how to capture the stunningly lit castle and the light trails from boats and trams, turning the city into a glittering jewel. It's the most efficient way to master both daytime and nighttime cityscapes. No photographic tour of Europe would be complete without a stop in the city of love and light, Paris. While it's one of the most photographed cities in the world, a guided tour will help you find fresh perspectives. Imagine starting your day at sunrise, capturing the soft morning light reflecting off the River Seine. Your guide will show you the best, less crowded viewpoints for the Eiffel Tower, moving beyond the classic shots to find unique angles and compositions. You'll learn to play with reflections in puddles after a rain shower or in the windows of a classic Parisian cafe, adding a layer of artistry and romance to your images. For those who crave mountain air and pristine nature, the Swiss Alps are calling. A photo tour here is an adventure into a world of jagged ridgelines, emerald lakes, and wildflower-filled meadows. You'll learn techniques specific to mountain photography, like using a wide-angle lens to emphasize the scale of the peaks and a telephoto lens to compress the layers of distant mountains. This is the perfect environment to master your neutral density filters. A guide will teach you how to use a 10-stop ND filter to smooth the surface of an alpine lake into a perfect glassy mirror, or to soften the flow of a glacial waterfall, creating images with a serene and powerful beauty. Let's head to the sun-drenched Greek islands, specifically the jewel of the Cyclades, Santorini. Famous for its whitewashed villages and stunning sunsets, it's also famous for its crowds. A photo tour here is invaluable for teaching you crowd management. Your guide will know the quiet side streets and secret rooftops to get those iconic shots without 100 tourists in your frame. You'll learn to shoot during the blue hour, that magical time just after sunset when the sky has a deep blue hue and the village lights turn on, creating a breathtaking contrast with the white buildings. It's a strategy that not only yields better light, but also helps you avoid the sunset rush. Finally, let's consider two cities with distinct architectural personalities, Amsterdam and Barcelona. In Amsterdam, a tour will focus on the charming canals. You'll learn to use a 24-70mm lens to capture both wide canal scenes and tighter shots of the unique gabled houses. The key here is capturing reflections and using the bridges as framing devices. In contrast, a Barcelona tour is a deep dive into the mind of Gaudí. You'll switch to a wider lens, perhaps a 16-35mm, to capture the sweeping, organic forms of buildings like Casa Batlló and the Sagrada Familia. The focus will be on geometry, patterns, and finding abstract details within the fantastical architecture. So, you're inspired and ready to book. What's next? First, pack smart. Bring extra batteries and memory cards, a sturdy tripod for low-light situations, and lens cloths. Before you go, practice with your camera's core settings. Get comfortable shooting in aperture priority or manual mode. When you're on the tour, be curious and ask questions. And remember to check local regulations, especially for drone usage, which varies widely across Europe. No matter your skill level, there's a tour out there that perfectly matches your gear, your goals, and your pace. The most important step is the first one. So choose your adventure, book your tour, and get ready to see the world and your photography in a whole new light. Now, go shoot boldly.